Good morning. Look at this day. Look at this day. I'm in the garden, right? My dad has probably spent the last 13 years developing this masterpiece. Go on, Dad. In garden, sun's out. It's above 15 degrees, so it's practically tropical in Britain. I've got a question and answer for you today on Snapchat. So if you're not following me on Snapchat, you better be following me on Snapchat very soon. Follow me on Snapchat, it's Nile Wilson, just Nile Wilson. So yeah, follow me on there. Let's get into this now. First question, what are your goals for the Olympics in Rio? Well, first of all, I've not been selected for the Olympics yet. The team selection is in July. However, if I do make the team, which is one of my biggest goals in the world so far in life, is just to get on the plane first. But in answer to that question, certainly the big one for the Olympics is the team event. So we go there, the team medals in mind. You know, it's all about the team. You know, we came second in the world last year, so we know we're definitely capable of being up there. It's just performing for the team and doing my job for the team. And individually, you know, I'm very strong on P-bars and high bars, so one of my goals is to do well in those apparatus. But team comes first, and then the individual comes after. Good question. Next, can I play tennis? I'm alright, I suppose. I played it at school for a little bit. Not too bad. Quite enjoy the old... I like table tennis. I'm pretty good at table tennis. How much can you bench press? My personal record on bench press, I think, is 110 kilograms. And consistently last year I was doing 100 kilograms, 3 sets of 3 reps. So it's pretty good, and I weigh about 65 kilograms. So, a few more coming through.
How old were you when you could hold a solid straddle planche for 5-10 seconds?
I mean, from a very young age, I was doing strength work like this, handstand planching from sort of 5 years old. So I'd say I could hold straddle planche for about 5 seconds when I was about 8-9 years old. I've always naturally been quite strong. This is something that's come naturally to me. So planche, handstand, lifting, things like that. I've got good strong shoulders. The rings took a little bit longer. I've had to work a lot harder at that. So yeah, I'd say I'm probably about 8 or 9 when I could do straddle planche. A question from Rianne. How long do you train each day? So a day looks like for me, I start at 12 o'clock when I'm at home and train 12 till 3, so a 3-hour session. Then I have a couple of hours break and then normally train 5 till 7. So it's around 5 hours. But it's a lot different every day. It depends what I've got to do. At the stage I'm at now, it's more get in the gym and do the work I need to do. And, you know, sort of number of hours isn't, you know, it is scheduled, but you know, if I'm done in 2.5 hours, then I'm done, and it's more the work I need to do to get me to the best level I am. And instead of, you know, when I was young, 10, 11, 12 years old, I was doing hours, 4-hour sessions, 6-hour sessions a day, and you know, but at this level I'm in, the stage I'm at now, it's more about getting the work done you need to do and what's best for your gymnastics and achieving my goals. So yeah, usually about 5 hours a day, and then on an off day, maybe 2-3 hours when I'm recovering. Question from Tim. What do I do to recover effectively? Recovery techniques is very important. I want to make a full video on this. I do ice and compression. Probably one of the biggest ones for me is compression, and you probably see in my videos I like to train in skins and compressions and leggings, and it's not probably the most fashionable thing, but for me, I feel like it helps with muscle soreness and flush lactic acid out, and it really gets the blood flowing, gets me warm, gets me sweaty. And the compressions, there's tons of, you know, benefits of wearing really tight compressions, especially your sore muscles. So that's what I like to do as one of the main ones. Plus icing, you know, if you've got injuries, you've got sore muscles, ice sort of reduce that swelling. You know, it's almost like a natural anti-inflammatory. That really helps. Ice baths, I do full body ice baths. They're pretty rough to start with, but you get used to them. You just got to go for it. But also probably the biggest one for recovery is your nutrition and what you're eating. and sort of the main recovery element to nutrition is protein. So you're making sure you're getting enough protein in to recover your muscles, build on, you know, the strength. You know, the strength comes outside the gym. You know, all the stuff you do, all that hard work. If you're not putting the nutrients in your body to help them recover and get stronger, it's pretty much all for nothing, really. So food is one of the main ones for recovery. Verity Johnson, who would you say is your biggest inspiration? That's a good question. Lots of things inspire me, and lots of different things. It's changed over the years, and it's not really an answer to someone who inspires me, but something. And what really inspires me is, you know, being able to. Jesus Christ. Sorry about that. Yeah, what really inspires me is the thought and idea of being able to wake up every single day and do something that you love to do. And I found it in this sport. I found my passion. I found my love. Unfortunately, I'm able to make a living, make an income. You know, do it as a full-time job, and you know that really inspires me. And you know, it's what I get up for every day. What do you do? What's the point in having a life where you're stuck in something you hate doing and you're not enjoying yourself? And that's what I tell you now. And when I give advice to young kids, make sure you're enjoying it. Make sure you're enjoying your gymnastics, you're enjoying your sport, and you're keeping mentally healthy. I think when you're a professional athlete and when the demand is higher and it increased over the years, it's not the easiest thing to overcome and deal with. But one of the biggest things for me right now is that you know, the self-discipline's got to be there, but I'm inspired by having fun every single day and waking up and wanting to just jump out of bed and get on and crack on with what I love. 2 questions. What is my best all-round score? I believe my current PB is 89.2. Should be higher. It's gonna be higher. Definitely capable of a 90, and that's what I'm going for. And my favourite apparatus was the second question. Is a tough tie, I think, between P-bars and high bar. You know, they're my strongest apparatus, but I love training them and competing them. And yeah, I think the most exciting to watch for the crowd, and definitely the most exciting to do. Question from Poppy: biggest motivation to keep going? I think what motivates me is I'm very consumed by my goals and the success. And yeah, I just spoke about being inspired by loving every day and enjoying it, which I certainly do. But I'm always you know, something that gets me through tough days is thinking, you know, about the end goal. The end goal is always bigger than any obstacle you've got to overcome. So if you're in a rut, you're sore, you don't want to train, you want to go home, you want to go to bed, you can't, you know, it's too hard. Just think about that end goal. What is your end goal? Why are you doing it? And this gets me through any tough time, any setback, hands down 100%. So yeah, the end goal is always bigger than the current obstacle. Next question: do I eat protein powder? I don't eat it raw, but yes, I do have protein shakes and protein supplements. Definitely help recovery. I think it depends on what stage you're at. I wouldn't be advising 8-year-olds to take protein shakes, but I probably started when I was maybe 15, 16, as my body was kind of more robust and developed a little more. But it definitely helps for building muscle, building strength and recovery. Question from Julie: for how long have you been doing gymnastics? I started when I was 4 years old, so that's 16 years. Yeah, 16 years, boys. What is my favourite food? I'd have to say, like, if we're saying like you've got to have one meal for the rest of your life, it's going to have to be steak and chips. You know, I always go to a restaurant and me and my dad will read menu. They're like, oh yeah, that sounds nice. I might have that. And then waiter comes and it's like steak and chips. Every time I can't not get a steak. yeah, probably steak's probably my favourite food. A question here from Grace. Do you have any tips on competition nerves? I've got a couple of tips actually. When I'm going into a competition, I try to focus on my breathing. Just slowing my breathing down, it slows your heart rate down. Because you want to be sort of, all of a sudden you feel like you're in this different body, you got adrenaline pumping through your body, you're nervous, you know, which then can be completely different when you put your arm up and get on an apparatus. So you've been able to deal with being in that environment. But to deal with the nerves, yeah, just slow your breathing down, just stay calm, just focus on the routine, you know, just do one skill at a time. And as I've made a YouTube video about this, about process, not the result. Forget about the end result, the scores you're going to get. Just focus on one skill at a time and just getting through that process. That certainly helps me. And you know, imagining just getting in your little happy room, visualize you just being in the gym in your hometown where you train every single day, where you've hit hundreds of routines perfectly. Just focus on that, forget about your surroundings, forget about the crowd, forget about it being different atmosphere, happy room. So yeah, I hope that helps. Hope you enjoyed that video. You know, make sure you follow me on Snapchat. I'll be definitely doing these more often, and you know, when I'm traveling away for competitions and stuff. So yeah, get following me on there, and thanks for watching, thanks for your support. I hope some of the answers to the questions were helpful and can help you progress in your gymnastics. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Remember, train smart, keep it real.